How mean is that? You know, it's funny. Bill Gore goes, I haven't seen him in 18 years. He has no idea. I just took his head off in a fucking ballroom before Murph and the Magic Tones come on. And until then, don't go change it.
Schmitty Comes Alive. Available only on the Joe Business page at MikeSchmidtComedy.com.
Oh, yeah. I am awake and alive. I'm so great I gotta say it twice and cut it out once. My head's a syrup bottle that's getting tipped over every Wednesday. You're a storyteller in a storytelling podcast, and the only story you're telling now is a story about stories you don't want to tell. What the fuck? Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Folks, I will be honest with you, this record snuck up on me. I did not see it coming. I did. I knew I was supposed to be here on Tuesday. Unfortunately, some stuff happened, and I was unable to get here on time. What time was I supposed to be here, Lily?
2.
I was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. And what time is it now, Lily?
6:25.
It is 6:25 in the evening. And unfortunately, Lily, who had accommodated me by switching her Wednesday to Tuesday, asked me to start early. And I said, no problem. What time's early? And she goes, well, I'd like to do it at 1. I said, Jesus, how about 2? She said, that's fine. So then 2 became 3 and became 4. And I'm involved in some stuff. I guess I'll just tell you that, folks. I have things going on in my life that you might know about, and maybe you don't know about them. Maybe I'll get to tell you about them someday. But unfortunately, they have kept me from getting here in a timely fashion. And now I find myself having priced myself out of being able to do the show that I wanted to do. Because Lily has an obligation this evening, and so she has to go and do some stuff. And I have to come here and do this and ruin her afternoon and ruin her evening by making her sit here and wait and wait. So here's what I'm going to do to you folks. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a clip show. Well, not a clip. It won't be a bunch of clips, but it'll be a story. We'll do that. We'll throw in one story. Because I don't want, you know why? Because Lily also has to edit this tonight. So she's got to go out and do her thing and then come back and do the editing tonight because she also has a thing tomorrow night because I told her she had Wednesday off. So she went ahead and made plans, folks. And this seems like a lot of vagaries, a lot of stuff that I shouldn't be running past you, a lot of shit that you don't care about, but I don't care. I drop it in your lap to explain to you why I'm here talking for just a short amount of time and why I've ruined Lily's 2 days. Because Lily's kind enough to do this, and I do appreciate it very much. And I should tell you this, it's fitting, actually, that I would be doing this because Mex is off this week as well, as a matter of fact. Mex is, he's off the grid for like 8 days. He's on a family trip. So he actually sent me artwork. He's like, well, whatever your stories are, if you have, because I have a backlog of older images that I can use, but he also said, here, I created this one for you this week just in case. And I said, all right, so look down, look at that little square right there, and please know that I had that last week. And so I was ready to do a show for you folks, and then unfortunately, real life interfered. And believe me, you don't want to hear about real life just at this moment. I'll get to it eventually. Oh, you'll hear it, folks. But I don't think there's any need to draw you up into the Schmidt tornado just yet. As soon as I can talk about it, I will. But I will tell you, you know what? We'll have a story, and then I'll stick around and do some plugs on the way out of here. So please know I'll be waiting on the other side of this story, which you may have heard, you may not have heard. If you're a new listener to this show who has not purchased any of the past sets, then this may be a new story to you. But if you're a longtime listener, please sit back and revel in the fact that you love this story, right? Remember? Remember when you loved stories, particularly this one that's about to happen? And let's just do something that gets Lily to stop hating me for having ruined today and tomorrow because of things that happened. So without me even talking any further, folks, I guess there's a phrase for that. Isn't there a phrase for that? Without further ado, here's a story. And look, I should say this. Like I said, Mex is off. Lily was off tomorrow, but she's here today. I don't even have a story picked. Like, literally, this is just kind of on the fly. I showed up, and I've got to do this really quickly because I'm on a plane super early tomorrow, so I have to go home and pack and all that. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, my butler quit. So I have to go and pack a bunch of stuff and get ready for my trip on my own. So I don't even know what the story is going to be. When I go home, I'm going to have to pick a story. Should we throw it open on America's Yearbook to have people vote?
Never.
Of course not. Why would we?
Never.
All right, I'll pick something. So there's a story coming up, and enjoy it. And I'll be back at the end of this for the plugs. Thanks. I need a job, folks. That's the point. I need a goddamn job. Not just. I mean, look. We all know I protect and serve into the middle of the night. I mean, that's fine. That's what I do. But I need to get something else quickly. Maybe in addition to. Maybe I could do both because I need dough. I need money. I'll spare you. I thought so I go on Craigslist and I'm looking for gigs, and again, nobody pays anything on there. Certainly not writing wise. So then I wind up looking at the talent and creative sections, and it's all it's. All right, I will tell you this too. There's a category called etc. I am highly qualified for etc. folks. I was trying to figure out what job to get. I'm like, well, etc. Dude, that's fucking me. Absolutely. So you click on etc. and it's first of all they want you to donate sperm, which I would do. Except then I look at it and it's like you got to be like 35, I think was the cutoff. I'm like, what? My sperm's okay. I got enough of it. I can produce it. You guys can do whatever you want. Put it in a centrifuge, see if it works. They probably don't want to hear this show. That's a good point. I should probably avoid telling them about this show. So there's donating sperm, and then they want people on clinical trials. Like they want people to take pills and stuff. But then they you know what? Pay me. I don't give I'll take some shit if you want to pay me. But then you read it and it says up to $750 in credit and travel expenses. The fuck is credit? I don't want a Subway sandwich if you're going to destroy my liver. You're going to fucking pay me to destroy my liver. I only got one of them, for Christ's sake. But and then they got like these depression medications and stuff. And I try to figure out, look, all right, we're all depressed. I'm depressed. Everybody's depressed, right? We can all agree with that. To some certain extent, but I mean, not to the point where all of us need to get professional help. If you do, that's what you need to do, which is fine. Whatever, but then they have these clinical trials of medicines, and so in my head, I'm like, well, I'm depressed, but I don't know if I'm depressed enough for that medicine. So I want to make an appointment and go in and be sad. Like I want to pretend to be sad. Like I don't know, but I don't know if they'll see right through it, which they probably will. I could play Rage. If they had a Rage pill, I could go ahead and fucking get that immediately. But depression pill, like and it's always these weird, like, look, aren't there enough of these pills that cure depression, or not cure or fix or help you deal with it or manage it or whatever the fuck? I don't know. I just there's like Prozac and fucking there's millions. A million seems high. Again, now we're back to Boys in the Hood. I don't know, but so the clinical trials. So I want to do these clinical trials, but they never want to pay anything. If they were offering like $4,000, done. Let's go. What do you want? A kneecap? Take it. You know, I don't fucking care. I got 10 fingers. Take a couple of them. Who cares? Sew them on a mouse. Do whatever you got to fucking do. Just pay me, motherfucker. But then when you read it, it's all this gobbledygook about what they could do and they couldn't do and they might have for you. It's like, it's because I guess they figure if people are desperate enough to do a clinical trial and try to make money, that they can fool them with double talk. You're not fooling me, motherfucker. Pay me. But then so that's in the etc. jobs. And then, unfortunately, I go to the talent jobs and then they have extra work. Like all this extra work. And look, I don't know if you know this, folks. When you watch a television show, maybe not your sitcoms, but other shows where they have a studio audience, like Tosh.0 and other shows like that. Well, maybe Tosh might not do it because they're a big show. But other shows, well, they pay their audience members. Like I've worked, every show I've ever written on that had a live audience, they paid the audience to come in. And it's grim. I mean, it's just these unwashed people sitting outside, you know, which is what I'm actually considering becoming one of them. That's the problem. But it's only $8 an hour, $8 or $9. It's like, that's nothing. And you sit in a room for 8 hours. So what do you make? $40 a day? And it's your whole day and you have to do what you're told. Oh, motherfucker. It's a horrible existence. And you're looked down upon by all the crew and the cast, everybody. They're like, oh, those people again. Yes, those people, the lifeblood of your show, the people who have to laugh at the jokes you've written. And you're like, oh, they're not going to laugh. They've been out in the sun all day. Or maybe you didn't write a strong enough joke, dick. That's the crisis I have with myself as I walk a thin line. But now I'm considering like doing extra work because I've done extra work in the past. I think I talked about it on here where I did. I was in the Boys in the Band. What? Not the Boys in the Band. It was something else. It was a movie about AIDS. All right, and it was a mini series. Was that the one with Matthew Modine as the doctor? And it was this incredible cast on HBO. Is that what it was? Yeah, I did that. I was an extra in that. And all I did was I showed up for work, and they made me walk back and forth. I told that story on here. Because extras all think, look, they all think they're in the business. Okay, everybody wants to talk. Everybody has to have a long talk about what they're doing, and I'm getting paged. That's how long ago it was when I was doing it. By the way, people were still getting paged for jobs. But look, dude, you're a chair. You're just a fucking chair with hair. That's it. Chair with hair. That's actually, if you read the clipboard, it says chair with hair, and you're it. It has a picture of you. If one of the stars came over and said, sit down, I'm sitting on you, you would have to. That's who you are. Your background. They call you background for a reason. You know what that reason is? You are in the background. Guess who's in the foreground? Not you. But I mean, it's just the extra work is so terrible because these guys, they all think they're on the periphery of something big. But you can't find much easier work. All right? All it is a waiting game. It's just fucking time ticking away as you sit there and get told what to do. And the band played on. What I had to do, literally, was they would say, all right, action. And I would walk in front of a storefront, and there was, on either side, there was an assistant director on either side of the storefront who would then, like, physically grab you and turn you around and tell you to go the other way, as if you didn't know how to turn on your own. You would walk, because I guess they didn't want you to keep walking all the way off set and all the way back to your home. They had to wrangle you. They had a fucking background wrangler, because when I got to the end, out of camera shot, they would spin you around silently and push you so you walked the other way. And if that alone doesn't tell you how untalented and how little they think of you, I mean, I don't know what will. They don't even talk to you. They would physically grab you, spin you, and push you so you walked again in front, because it was in silhouette. That was the thing I should tell you. It wasn't like, and the band played on, spared no expense for their cast, but then they had a Hanna-Barbera background where you kept seeing the same background and the same people walking by. That was not the case. It was in silhouette of the storefront. They were filming inside, and they just needed bodies and shadows walking around outside, and that's all I did. I was a fucking shadow walking around, and then the band played on. So not only was the specter of AIDS there, but the shadow of Mike Schmidt was also lurking in that film. So I mean, it's super easy fucking work if you can handle being disrespected. Now, that's the key. Because I think if we know anything about me, I'm not really good at being disrespected. I get in my own head because I think I can be an actor. I think I can perform. I want the chance. I aspire to greater things, which I'm sure all extras do. But there's nothing worse than having to subjugate yourself to being a walking silhouette when you think you could be the person in front of the camera. I mean, you should just swallow your pride and go, fuck, this is what I'm doing, and I'm making some money, and that's that. It gets back to writing. Like I mentioned, when I was a writer, I would write, when I've written for shows, and I would write jokes, and I would turn them in, and they would come back with a red pen through them and say, I don't get this. This isn't funny. I don't get this. And it would be infuriating to me. I couldn't fucking let it go. I would be so mad that suits and producers who didn't get a joke that was clearly funny, and if I were to deliver it to them, they would laugh. But when they read it off the paper, it didn't live for them, so they would red pen it and make me do more work, and I couldn't understand it. But as I'm older now and I need a fucking job, I write it and I give it to you, and I do whatever the fuck you want with it. Really, I don't care. Whatever happens, fucking happens, because it's your show. That's the thing I could never get my head around. It was like, because this is my show. Nobody can tell me what the fuck to do on this show, all right? Nobody can write me an email and say it's too long. Nobody can write me an email and say it's too short. Nobody can write me an email and say, oh, you should talk about this. She shouldn't be laughing. Nobody can tell me that, because I can do whatever the fuck I want here. This is my show, and you choose to listen to it, and I appreciate it. Although, this week may be the deal breaker, quite frankly, as this has been one crazy quilt of nothing as I've gone ahead and stitched squares on. This is the AIDS quilt of podcasts. That's what it is. All you got to do is hop around, and eventually you'll find a square that grabs your interest. Plenty of different squares with a bunch of different information on them, but some of them might not be for you. I get that. But just devote the time, because eventually I'm going to find a square that appeals to you. Oh, man. All right, so now we got AIDS and accidental fucking comas, and Jesus Christ, what happened to the show? So as a writer, that's the thing, is like I used to turn in shit and I'd be so furious, but then now I've learned, you just give them whatever you give them, and they're going to make what they can out of it and be proud of it. That's fine, because it's their job, or their show and your job. That's the difference. When it's your show and their job, then you can tell them what the fuck to do. But as an extra, it's fucking hard. Again, you should just be able to say, oh, well, this is how I'm living, and I'm doing this, because it's easy cash. I mean, I should tell you, Boys in the Band, or whatever the fuck, and the band played on, or whatever, some other show about AIDS. That was back. I did that back in fucking 1991, I think, or something. Like it was a long time ago. So, and that was enough to make me go, you know what? I don't think I ever want to be an extra again. I don't ever want to do it. And then when we moved back to town here in '97, I think it was, and then I worked at the Spider-Man hash house, and that lasted a couple days, and I was home after fucking 2 13-hour days on my feet, and I was like, I can't do this. I said, you know what? I'll be an extra. Extra is easy money. I can pull that off. And so then the very next day I went and signed up, and I somehow got basketball out of it. Like it was like this weird miracle that I got basketball. And but I don't want to talk about that today. I'll tell you about that another time, because apparently I'm Peter Falk, and you're my grandson going to bed, and this is the fucking Princess Bride. I don't want to talk about that today. I'll tell you about that another time. Now tuck yourselves in, idiot. This isn't a fucking fireside chat. It's a goddamn podcast. What is wrong with you? Because my head is in that era, and I'll tell you why. All right, when I did And the Band Played On, that was like I said, early, it was 89, 90, whatever the fuck, and it was a way to make extra, like, easy money. So that was a horrible extra job. And I said I would never do extra work again. And now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, then why the fuck did you do basketball? Why did you decide to do extra work? Well, because it's easy money, but also I had an experience in between And the Band Played On in basketball that led me to realize that maybe being an extra wouldn't be so bad. You should make the situation what you can, and you can actually make it fun. Don't get sucked into the idiots, and don't get sucked into the ADs. Don't get sucked into being treated like a dick. All right? Just go there and make it what you want it to be. And obviously when they tell you to do shit, you got to do it, but who cares? Make the most of the experience. Here's what happened. The shit hit the fan when I was living in California, and I was living with a woman, and that went poorly, and I had to leave. By year 2, I think it's on there. So I had to go back literally to my parents' house. And this is at the age of, I was 24, 25. And it was a huge, huge fall for me. Because I don't know if I told you folks, I had been carving out a nice little niche for myself, walking back and forth in front of storefronts in movies. Holy shit. With a career like that, how could I have ever let it evaporate and have to go back to Chicago? No, but truth be told, I was actually doing pretty well in stand-up, where I was doing stand-up, getting noticed, and I actually had an audition for Evening at the Improv and killed it, crushed it, and then acted like an asshole when I walked off stage to a potential manager. I told that story on here, right? When oh, terrible. And then they passed on me because I did topical material. And I was frozen. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. I had no money. I didn't know what was going on. My car died. I had no choice. I literally, this is after working in Hollywood and having Warren Beatty tell me I was funny. I mean, like, it was that kind of thing. I had to go back home to Illinois. Not even to Chicago. If I moved to the city, maybe it's different. I immerse myself back into comedy and I go ahead and do all the, no, folks. That's not what I could do. I had to go back to Coal City, Illinois, where my mom lived, and I had to live with my mom at the age of 24. Which, man, that's a blow. That's a death blow. All right, I didn't want to live with my mom when I was 14. But then to go back when I was 24, it just screamed of desperation, because that's what it was. That's all I had. So I had to go back, because my friends had moved on. They had lives and colleges and jobs. I couldn't just go crash on somebody's couch. I guess I could have, but I didn't even ask, because I knew I could go home, but I hated it. But I had to. But making the situation worse was I was home I had to move back into my mom's house. Well, it just so happened 2 of my other brothers had also fallen on hard times. And did not have the comfort of assistant directors shoving them into the camera to turn to. And so they were also living at my mom's house. So you got me, 24. You got my other brother, they're 20, 22 and 20, I think. And we have to move back in with my mom and my stepdad. Okay. Now, I didn't have a car. And my brother Andy had a car. He had this big yellow Lincoln, like this huge, and it was like not a good yellow. And believe me, if I say not a good yellow, that says something, because there are really no good yellows. I guess it's really something I shouldn't have said, but yeah, not a good yellow, like kind of light yellow. Oh God, like the color of lemon cream in a pie, like that. It was just grim. It looked like if you left a banana in the sun and it baked half the yellow out of the skin. I mean, with no brown. Banana's a terrible analogy. Banana would go brown immediately in the sun. I wish this car would have gone brown in the sun. But it was this nasty, like kind of light yellow, awful, like cream and a fucking rag top. So he had the only car, and it's Coal City. I mean, at the time, now it's a growing metropolis. But back then, they actually had to change the population sign when me and my brothers moved back. I mean, it was like that fucking rinky dink. Here's Coal City. 5 years after this situation, they built a McDonald's, and it was a huge deal because it was right down in the center of town, a McDonald's, and so all the kids could hang out somewhere. You normally, if you would have had to drive 25 miles to get to the McDonald's in Morris. I mean, this is just hell. All right, it's hell on earth. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's changing now. It's again a hustling burg, but back then awful. So think about that. I'm coming from Hollywood and doing stand-up all the time, and I have to go live with my mom, and then and my brothers are there, and my stepdad. We have no jobs. We have no money. Only my brother has a car, and we're all kind of licking our wounds, so we're not doing anything except sitting around the house. I mean, there's nothing for us to do. There's nowhere. The only jobs, like they didn't even have the McDonald's to apply at. The only thing they had was they had a couple of convenience store, like gas stations, because it was a rest stop. That's all this place was. It was a blip on the highway. So we started living there, and it was fine. We all hoped to get back on our feet. And I actually, here's what I was doing, folks. This will tell you how pathetic my life was. I was sending jokes to Jay Leno. I was faxing jokes to Jay Leno, but I was writing them out in longhand. I couldn't even type them. We had no computer. We had no typewriter. And so I would get up in the morning and I would have to write. And again, it's because I was 2 hours ahead, so I would have to get them in by a certain time. And I would read the papers and I would handwrite jokes in longhand and fax them to Big Dog. I mean, it was my only tenuous connection to show business, and I made myself do it. So we would stay up all night and we would just play Genghis Khan on fucking Sega, or not Sega, Nintendo, actual Nintendo, and we would listen to Pearl Jam and music all night, and we did that for weeks. We would stay up and we just licked our wounds, and we had no money, and we were eating my stepdad's food and living in my stepdad's house. Meanwhile, my stepdad was a foreman in a nuclear plant who had to get up every morning at 4:30 and then take a shower, come downstairs, make some coffee, fill his thermos, and go to work. As his 3 deadbeat stepkids played Genghis Khan on the Nintendo in the living room and said goodbye. And he tolerated it for a little while, but then he started to get quiet. Like he would come downstairs and we could see, we knew, okay? But at the same time, what else were we going to do? In my head, I was like, well, I'm kind of a man here. Like, I don't want to have to subjugate myself. Again, we all know that, folks. I don't like doing that. He was now the assistant director. He was making me put on a blazer, and he was spinning me around and pushing me off into the real world. Okay? But I was refusing to let it happen. My stepdad was not going to get that over on me. So his size and his mean looks and his silence was not going to force my hand. Until it fucking did. Because we couldn't handle it anymore. So what we would do is we would play until we heard the shower go on. And then we would repair to our neutral corners. We would, into our individual couches and basements. And we would pretend to be asleep like children while we heard him walk around and make his coffee. And then when we heard his truck go and the garage door close, we would get up and we would finish playing Genghis for another couple of hours. Because we had nothing. We were frozen in time. We didn't have any, we had aspirations, but we were so beaten down by what had happened. Like all of us were depressed. We hated our situation. So the only solace we had was, again, we would play Pearl Jam and we would watch fucking Genghis. Finally, we started to hide when my stepdad would come home from work. We would know he was going to be home around 5 o'clock. So at 4:30 again, our life was lived in these increments between 4:30. But when 4:30 came in the morning, we knew that we had to lay down and pretend we were asleep. When 4:30 came in the afternoon, my brothers and I would leave, and we would go to the local school and play basketball, just so we didn't have to be in the house when he walked in from work and looked at us askance. Because we couldn't stand it. We weren't blaming him. I completely understood why he was upset. Jesus Christ, this is a long-ass explanation, right? Am I getting it? There's nothing funny about this at all. I guess I'm just sort of touching base and kind of laying the groundwork for what's going on. Fuck it. I'll cut to the chase. So, whatever. The point is the house was full of tension and we hated it. So we were looking for anything to get out of the house. I was looking for a job. My brothers were looking for jobs. So then I was reading the paper one day and it turned out that the movie Hoffa, directed by Danny DeVito, was going to be filming in Chicago. Now I should tell you this: when I came back to my mom's, one of the first things I did was I signed up with extras agencies in the city of Chicago, just in case they needed anybody for a commercial. I mean, I hated it. I fucking hated being an extra, and it was in the city of Chicago, which is 65 miles from my mom's house, and I have no car. Like I have no chance of this happening. Okay, but it didn't matter. It was the first thing I signed up for because I went just in case something happens. There's a commercial. It's again a tenuous connection to show business, something I know I can do and something that's easy. So you're looking at are we okay? Okay, I'm a little worried about the crapshoot with the fucking computer. Okay, man, there's no funny here. Really, this is now that I think about it. I mean, I'm just laying groundwork, and now you guys are all like now looking at your iPod vagina, going, "No, keep talking." I get that, but in my own head, I you know me, I know when I overtalk. And I can't set this scene strong enough for you about how tense it was and how horrible it was. So I had signed up with the extras agencies, and so I look in the paper. They said Hoffa was coming to film in town, and they needed extras, and they needed a lot of them for these big crowd scenes. So I was like, well, fuck, I can do that, but I don't have a car. How the fuck do I get to Chicago? So I told my two brothers, I was like, look, here's the plan. You guys sign up for these extras agencies. Okay. And somehow if one of us gets called, even if one of us is working, the other two of us will tag along just to fucking hang out and just get out of the house. It's something to get us away from this fucking tomb that we live in, presided over by my fucking stepdad in his Grim Reaper robe and scythe as he stares at us waiting for us to fuck up so he can yell at us. And again, I'm betraying him as a bad guy. He's not a bad guy, okay? He's just in a situation that he has no fucking control over and he can't understand it because he's got 3 fucking fat kids sitting in his house. So Andy and Glenn sign up for the agency. And sure enough, 4 days later, Andy gets a call. And they picked his name out and they wanted him to come and work the Hoffa thing. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he goes, you're looking for a lot of people, right? And they go, yeah, we're calling people on their availabilities. He goes, well, could you use 2 more guys? Because I've got 2 guys who I think are signed up with your agency, and I know that they're available. And they go, what are their names? And they look us up. And he says, yeah, they're my brothers, and it would actually work. We can come together. And they said, nah, that's probably not going to work out. Just we need you, and that's going to be fine. And he said, oh, okay. Hangs up the phone. And we're like, what the fuck? What happened? What happened? He goes, dude, they told us that they don't need you guys. And Glenn and I are like, what? And he goes, yeah, they said it's a crowd scene, but they only needed me. And which was infuriating because I'm in the goddamn business. What the fuck? I was the first guy. I'm the original extra. Don't you know of my history of walking back and forth in front of a building? God damn it, I'm the most talented shadow you'll ever cast. So we were stunned. So we were like, well, fuck it. We're still going to go with you, dude. I mean, we're going to tag along. And he's like, yeah, fine. Because I don't know where it is. So we tag along with Andy. It's in 2 days. The filming's in 2 days. So we tell my mom. We're all excited. We're ready to go. And then they call Andy. And they tell him, they go, hey, what do you look like? Are you, because he didn't have those 2 didn't have Polaroids on, in the office because they signed up over the phone. And he described himself, and they go, well, are you willing to cut your hair, or do you have a mustache? And he's like, yeah, I'll cut my hair. I don't care. And they're like, all right, well, yeah, come on in. So we went in early the day he was supposed to shoot because he was going to get a haircut. So we walked in with him, and we just breezed in, said we were extras, but nobody, because again, I will tell you this too. If you ever stumble onto a big crowd scene, with extras and they're filming and stuff like that, you could just come on. I mean, nobody cares. As long as you're not going to act the fool, you can fucking hang out all day because there's so many bodies to keep track of. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Just don't make yourself conspicuous. Just go ahead and try to fucking blend in. So Glenn and I were just happy to go and hang out. For Glenn, also the novelty of being on a movie set, I think, was there. But at the same time, I was just happy to be, there's fucking, free food and you can stay away from everybody. In my mom's house, I'm fine. So we go down, Andy goes to get a haircut, and we get there, and all right, they were looking for people who looked like dock workers. All right, because that was the thing, is there was a union strike, and these guys were sleeping out, and eventually there was going to be a confrontation with strikebreakers. So they just needed a ton of bodies to look like strikers and guys from the 40s. So we show up, and another cool thing about a huge crowd scene like that with a movie, certainly a period piece, you're walking into 1948 or whatever the fuck it is. Because we walk in the room, and this big waiting lunchroom, and all these dudes are in pea coats with fucking 1940s, 20s, 30s haircuts, and nursing hot cups of coffee. I mean, it looked like we had been transported back to a garment workers strike. I mean, it was fucking amazing. So Glenn and I are wearing regular clothes, so we didn't really fit in. So we're just trying to lay low. We're with Andy, and he had to go get his haircut. They started calling them alphabetically, and it was like the military. They had 4 barbers with 4 chairs and a huge line, and you had to get in line. And then they cut your hair in the style of the times, which was essentially, I have it now, although it's too long now, but it's that Boardwalk Empire hair where it's like long on top and it's shaved high and tight all the way around the sides. So Andy went ahead and got that cut, and I got to tell you, Andy looked fucking great. I mean, he wore that cut really well because he was thin, so it looked good on him. And then Glenn and I are just like, man, we're looking around at the dregs of humanity, wondering why the fuck they didn't sign us up. We're like, we could be making money, not just hanging out here eating free bagels and bananas. That's what they had, by the way. They had free food for any crowd scene. I learned this in basketball too. It was the most amazing thing. It made me laugh because basketball was 10 years later, and I showed up and piles of bagels and bananas. That was what they had for the extras to eat. Bagels and literally just, you could eat them or you could pretend fuck with them. Like make that weird, like put the banana in the bagel. I guess it was just to entertain yourself, while away the hours by having a banana fuck a bagel. I don't know, before you ate it. But that's what they had, piles of bagels and bananas and fruit. Like, I guess fruit was cheap. I don't know if they were busted in from somebody's fucking tree. Who knows? So we sit around all day. We're there all the shooting was at night. That was pretty cool too, because we were there overnight and they never used Andy. He never got out of the lunchroom. We just hung out there and read the paper and fucking hung out, checked Bulls scores, did nothing. And then finally he got sent home. So, and when he was checking out, he had to, you had to sign your paperwork, and he's like, do I come back tomorrow? They're like, no, we'll call you if we need you again. And they were supposed to be filming for like 3 weeks. I'm like, really? You got 1 day out of this? Look at all the people that are around here. Why the fuck wouldn't they need you? So we go back to Coal City and, lay low, sleep during the day while my fucking stepdad is gone. And my mom finally wakes Andy up, and she goes, hey, you got a phone call. And it was the extras agency. And they were calling Andy, and they told him that they needed him again in 2 days, which was awesome. And he's like, hey, do you need anybody else? And they're like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, I have 2 brothers, same song and dance. And they're like, they look us up and they go, nah, we're fine. He hangs up. We're like, God damn it. So then an hour later, the phone rings, and it's the extras agency, and they're calling Glenn. And Glenn gets on the phone, and they tell him that they need him, and they ask him what he looks like, would he need like a haircut, and same thing, they need him in 2 days. And he's like, oh, well, do you guys need anybody else? Because, I mean, I'm going to go with my brother, and I have another guy. And they're like, nah, we're okay. Probably just you is fine. He's like, okay. And he hangs up. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now I'm in the fucking business. How the fuck did you 2 get cast, goddammit? And I'm not cast? What the fuck? They even have a Polaroid of me. They have a Polaroid of me. They know what I look like. Fuck. I don't look like a guy from the 40s. Why can't I look like a guy from the 40s? Fuck. So I'm pissed off. They're cast. I'm furious. But I'm like, well, I'm tagging along with you guys anyway. And later on that afternoon, the phone rings. They're calling for me. Hey, we want to know if you're available in 2 days to come and work on Hoffa. I'm like, absolutely I am. What took you so long? I'm in the goddamn business. So sure, I go, great, I'm in. And they go, do you want a haircut? I go, yeah, that's fine, whatever you got. I'll take anything you got. So we go down 2 days from then, and we drive. And I should tell you also, Andy got to pick clothes out when he was there, and he tried to like hide them so he would have them the next time he came back, if he came back. And so we had to get fitted. We had to find clothes. And they told us what to wear. They said, wear, like work boots and jeans, but then we're going to give you shirts and peacoats and whatever the fuck. And but it's awesome. I will tell you that part kind of feels like you're in show business. Because when I was doing it, when I did Boys the Band, I'm literally walking in a circle and getting shoved. But here, I'm getting a haircut. I'm getting picked out for clothes. I'm getting sized. It felt like I was really doing something. So they did. They cut our hair. We all 3 of us had the same fucking, that weird, Boardwalk Empire kind of bowl cut. And we just went to the lunchroom. And we're hanging out. And I got to tell you something. Being an extra sucks, all right? If you're there and you have to listen to the extras and they talk their nonsense and they say a bunch of bullshit, because very rarely do you have a kindred spirit that you can turn to and go, this is fucking horrible, right? And then they go, yeah, what's with these assholes? They all think they're in the business, okay? Well, because I'm dealing with pretentious actors who are extras because they all think that they're actors and they're performing a service, as I told you. But at Hoffa, I'm at the table with two fucking degenerates like myself who don't give a fuck about the business and don't care about being famous or don't care about acting. They're just there to get away from their stepdad. So it's so great to be able to look at them and go, look at these pretentious fucks. And they're like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with these idiots? They're just happy to have free bagels and bananas. Literally, my brothers would have come there for bagels and bananas. They have no aspirations about being on camera, and none of us do. We just wanted to get away from our stepdad. We're not trying to be famous. Everybody else in the fucking room thinks that they're going to be famous. So they're all there and they're pretentiously talking about acting and they're in plays and they're doing all these things. And my brothers and I are just like, ha ha ha, still fucking idiots. Like we hated them so much. So we go outside to film. And the best part is we go outside and we finally get out of the lunchroom because we've been in the lunchroom. Andy's been in the lunchroom the whole time. They bring us out onto the set. And it is down at the Mercantile Exchange, the old Mercantile Exchange in Chicago, where there's a huge courtyard. And you can overlook it from a building, and they've set fires and garbage cans, and they've got a tent city set up. It looks like strikers in the 40s lived there, and that's they're protesting this job, and it just looked amazing. It really looked great. So we walk outside, and we're like, this is fucking fantastic. So they keep doing these scenes, and I should tell you, there's a clique of dudes who are kind of running things, sort of. Let me explain it better. The ADs, there's like 5 of them because it's such a huge undertaking to control that big of a crowd. So they tend to focus on other things. And what they started to do is they found there was a guy. All right, his name was Rocky. All right. I have no idea if that was his real fucking name, but that was the name he gave. And he looked like a Rocky. All right, he looked like he should be lifting weights at a 1920 circus. Okay, that fucking bald head and that huge fucking mustache. He was a dick, and he was acting as if he was the foreman for all of the striking workers. Like he was a method actor of some sort because he got in tight with the assistant directors because of his look. I will tell you, his look was amazing. He was buff and chiseled, and he was about 6'4" and bald. He was very striking looking, and he somehow the ADs gravitated to him and he gravitated to them. And so they would tell him what to tell us. And he would come out to the extras and he would like try to whip us into shape like he was our boss, which was fine for other extras. But for me and my degenerate brothers, we would just laugh in his face because we're like, dude, you have no fucking clout here. You're me. You're just me, but bald with a mustache. Don't fucking try to tell me what to do. So inevitably he would come out and he would be like, listen up, fellas. And he'd like clap, all right, I need you to be quiet. And we'd be like, ha ha ha, dude, I'm not being quiet for you. And we would just keep talking. Like it was just because I couldn't understand why he thought that he fucking ran the joint. And that's a lie, actually. I know why he thought he ran the joint because the ADs gave him that power. But I mean, I barely listen to the fucking ADs. I'm not going to listen to this guy. So I will tell you this. You know what? It was very much like prison. All right. I know that sounds weird, but it was a bunch of dudes institutionalized in one spot for a long period of time together. And so cliques started to form. And when people saw that he had like kind of he did have charisma, I can't lie about it. But when they also saw that he had a little clout, people started to gravitate to him. So he had kind of like a group of dudes who would then walk around and be like, hey, quiet now. The director's going to be here today. It's just, dude, fuck you, Aryan Nation. I'm not listening to you. Literally, you know who I answer to? My stepdad, and fucking he's not here. I got away from my house so I didn't have to get weird looks and told what to do. Fuck off. So my brothers and I, we became the smartass group. So we would be funny and because my brothers are funny. All right, I will tell you that. My brothers are fucking hysterical. And then couple them with me. All we were doing is the whole thing was a joke. We were just so relieved to be away from our house that we made fun of everything, and we were there, day after day. They started using us. They said, "You come back tomorrow. You come back tomorrow." We were like, "Yes, absolutely," and then we started filming. So all we would do is we'd be down in the courtyard, and it was so great to film in a crowd scene because you didn't really have anything to do. You just had to mill around. Like they'd be like, "All right, action," and you'd look at each other, and you'd just be so. I told my brothers a trick. Like, if you ever see people in the background talking, this is a trick on TV. If you ever see them talking in the background but you don't hear them, they can be saying a few things. You're taught these weird acting class things where you can say peas and carrots. You say that over and over. If you look at somebody, you just go peas and carrots. Oh, fruit cocktail, because it moves your mouth in a way that it looks like you're saying different things. So all you're saying is peas and carrots and fruit cocktail. So I told my brothers that. They thought it was fucking hysterical. So whenever they would say action, we would walk around and we would walk up to strangers and just go peas and carrots. and walk away because they didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And I'd look at my brother and go, oh, fruit cocktail. Whenever that guy would start yelling at us. So then, we did it constantly. Whenever they would say action, we'd walk around and just go, peas and carrots? Oh, fruit cocktail, fruit cocktail. Oh, fruit cocktail. We'd try to be mad. We'd bring as much emotion as we possibly could to peas and carrots and fruit cocktail. And they were entertained to no end by the fact of these goofy pansy stories of what it meant to be an actor. Because my brothers work real jobs. Not at the moment. We're playing Genghis Khan till all hours of the night. So there starts to be, we start being funny, and now it turns out we start to get our own clique. All right, well, people kind of want to hang out with us, and they think that we're funny, and we find like-minded people who are funny. So, if we were in prison, we were the slack-jawed, we were probably the smart-mouth transsexuals. That's what we were. You know what I mean? Because there was like tough guys walking around telling you what to do, and then we were the mouthy transsexuals off to the side who were like, I don't think so, child. I mean, peas and carrots. So we're filming and we're muddling around and we're not doing anything big. But then word comes down because DeVito's there. We actually see DeVito, and he actually comes out and gives us pep talks every day, and he's really cool. He's really nice. Danny DeVito's the director, and the star of this movie, along with John C. Reilly and M. Emmett Walsh. Or it might have been J.T. Walsh. I always mix them up. You'll know. Go look it up. It's a Walsh, and he's fucking great, but now he's dead. But John C. Reilly was there before he's John C. Reilly. He was still in Steppenwolf at the time, so it was like he wasn't big time. But I would see him, and I recognized him. Like I know that guy, and I couldn't figure out where. But I who cares? Bottom line. So he's there acting, but also the star of the movie is Jack Nicholson. Okay, and we haven't seen Nicholson. We're there for like a week, and we don't see him. But then the second week, we're told that they're going to start filming the big scenes in the tent city, which is a riot. There's a riot scene, and Nicholson's got to be there for that. So they give us this thing. They're like, look, Mr. Nicholson's going to be here, and he's very friendly and he's nice, but don't. And I should tell you, this was in June. The Bulls were playing in the NBA championship against the Lakers. Okay, so this is '91, I think. Yeah. And he's a huge Laker guy, and so he's in town to see the Bulls too, and he's filming, and he tells us he's going to wind up on set. So we're excited. I mean, it's fucking Jack Nicholson, all right? It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It was great to know that he was going to be there. I think it was 91. God, I could be wrong. So they start telling us about the riot scenes, and they start choreographing them. And they tell us there's going to be a truck that blows up, and then there's going to be all these strike breakers are going to come running out. It turns into a huge battle, and all you're supposed to do is and they start giving us pep talks about, Mr. Nicholson is going to be, Jack's going to be in the fight, but you can't hit Jack. Nobody hit Jack. Hit each other all you fucking want. And but not crazy hard, but they said make it look real. He goes, guys, I cashed you because you're tough. I cashed you because you look like guys who aren't afraid to handle things. DeVito, he's giving us the speech, and he goes, so I want you to do that. He goes, don't hurt anybody, but don't go too easy on anybody either. And of course everybody malevolently giggles, waiting to punch the guy they hate. So I immediately want to get fucking Rocky. Like I'm like, I got to get to Rocky. Just fucking grab him and throw him. I'm going to take him off his perch. And I tell my brothers, I'm like, we got to get to Rocky. He's like, fuck yeah, we got to get to Rocky. So Rocky's walking around with his boys, and he's got his hands in his coat. And again, it's just like prison. We're organizing a hit. We're going to fucking shiv him. It's great. And we can't wait to get our fucking hands on him in the middle of the fight scene. So they run through a few things of the fight scene at first. And they're like not filming. They're like, all right, we're ready to choreograph it. And everybody places, and we were all the way on one side of the exchange, and everybody else is on the other. It's almost like we ran after a kickoff to meet in the middle and just start fighting. And there's a tent city, and then there's a fire. So he says action, and we just start running, and I'm looking for Rocky. I got my head on a swivel, and meanwhile the guy grabs me, and I fucking shirk him off, and I got my two brothers running interference for me, so they're like fucking knocking dudes out, and we're running trying to find Rocky. So I got a 3-man team, and then we see Rocky and his crew. They're all the way over in the corner, and because they're over, of course, where the cameras are. They want to be as close as they can to the camera, and we're trying to get to them, and right when we get to fucking right close to them, they cut, and we fucking have to stop down, and I'm probably 15 feet from them. And I see him, he stops down, he starts laughing, he's shaking everybody's hand. Hey, fuck you, Rocky. I'm gonna fucking, you're getting shivved. So we have to go all the way back to our other side. And again, they're not filming, it's just rehearsal. So I look at my brothers and I'm like, all right, here's what we got to do. You guys go to the right, and I'm gonna go to the left. But I will, we'll maintain eye contact. But I want you guys clear out that side. And as I come to the left, I'm going to sneak up so that when you come from the front, he'll turn to look at you guys, and I can get him from the back. And look, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do to this guy when I get him. I can't really stab him. I can't really fight him. I can't throw him to the ground. I just want to grab him and shove him, toss him around a little bit. Because again, he's 6'4", he's a big dude. So, I mean, I'm figuring, well, we'll wrestle. That'll be fun. We'll at least wrestle. Because I hated this fucking guy. I thought he was the king. So, and I fully recognize this is my problem, not his. He's filming a movie. All right? He's ingratiating himself to the producers. I'm there just to hide from my stepdad. So we make this plan. So then they action, and my brothers take off to the right. I come flanking around the left. But I get bogged down in fucking Strikebreakers, who I didn't see initially because I had initially had tunnel vision trying to get to Rocky. So I get caught all the way on the left. I get nowhere even close to him. I mean, not even. I get caught up in a fight. A couple of guys grab me. I'm spinning around. We're all just jostling one another, and then I hear cut. I'm like, fuck. So I look around for my brothers. And I just see, because again, we're all dressed in peacoats and weird berets. Like, we all look like newsboys. But I look across and I see my brother standing there because Andy's like 6'2". And I just see him and he's shrugging, like with his hands in the air, like, what? Where were you? And I'm like, dude, what do you want me to do? So I walk over and and I got to admit, it was one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. I see them walking. We walk back to the side and I walk over and I go, dudes, I got caught up in a like a maelstrom. And my brother Glenn looks at me and goes, fruit cocktail. Yeah, genius. Just fucking yelled at me, fruit cocktail, right in my face. God damn, it's so funny. I laughed my ass off. So they wind up putting us in a fucking group, and I'm like, all right, we got to get to that motherfucking Rocky guy. How are we going to do this? I go, you know what? Should we go flying wedge? Which means the two of them would be in front of me, really clearing dudes, and just on a dead sprint, not even stopping for anything, just pushing guys out of the way and running as hard as we could. And my brother Andy's like, nah, dude, we don't. If we hurt somebody, that's going to be a problem. We can't go flying wedge and start. The guy we want to hurt is him. We can't hurt anybody getting to him. And meanwhile, we've got other guys around us, and they're like, what the fuck? Who are you trying to get to? We're like, we're trying to get to Rocky. And they're like, why? And I go, why not? He's the boss, right? That's the guy we got to get to. And these guys are like, you know what? Yeah, we're on board. So these dudes who thought we were hilarious, they wind up recruiting themselves to our team. So now we got 5 dudes. All right, it's me, my 2 brothers, and these 2 dudes. And we're like, all right, we tried initially to separate, and that didn't work. We don't want to go flying wedge. My brother thinks we're going to hurt people. So what do you guys think? And then this guy's like, dude, we just go 3 and 2. We split up, and again, 3. And his plan was very much like 2 and 1, but with 3 and 2. And he figured that if one guy was fighting people off, we could go ahead and come around the back and get Rocky from the back. And if we're making this plan, we're actually drawing it in the dirt of the Mercantile Exchange. We're like, all right, we got 3 here, and then these guys are here. Just avoid. So meanwhile, there's a milling about, and we don't know what's happening up by Rocky and those guys, and and then all of a sudden people start clapping. And we look, and we go walking, and we see Nicholson. Nicholson shows up, full Hoffa outfit, full makeup. And he's shaking hands, and he's smiling, and he's glad-handing everybody. He's not... Other guys were kind of like, hello, and they were very friendly, but they were very quick to move away. Nicholson throws himself in the middle of everybody. I mean, and he's just like, hey, and he's talking, and he's being friendly. And Rocky is there, of course, and Rocky's like, hey, Jack, and he goes to shake his hand, and all these guys are up in the front. And I look at the 2 new recruits, and I look at my brothers, and I'm like, all right, fuck Rocky. We got to get to Nicholson.
Oh, my God.
And my brother, and the best part of it is I'm talking, and my 2 brothers never stop looking at Nicholson. They're just looking, and I look at them, and I can see them still looking straight forward, and I go, fuck Rocky. We got to get to Nicholson. And my 2 brothers, they don't even look at me, and they just go, yeah, we got to get to fucking Nicholson. So we've done all these rehearsals and things like that, and they go, all right, we're going to do more rehearsals, but this time Jack's going to be in the middle of it, but we need to get you guys weapons. So what they gave us sticks and crowbars and bats. They gave it to all the guys, but they were plastic. They weren't real. They were like wiffle bats and almost like with the consistency of a paper towel roll. They were that light, but they looked real. And the crowbars weren't real. It was all, it was all Hollywood bullshit. So we were like, we got to get bats. So we went and grabbed the bats. And the other 2 guys who were with us are like, well, what are we doing? And I go, we're getting to Nicholson. We'll take the first one to see where they put him, and we'll figure out how we can get to him. So the lights go up, and they put Nicholson in the middle, and they're like, action. So as we go running from one side, the other guys come running from the other, and Nicholson's in the middle, and he is surrounded by stuntmen. There's like 5 or 6 guys around him, so he will be in the middle of the fight. But the stuntmen will protect him so he doesn't get hit. All right. But we don't know that. All right. We just know that he's in the middle. So they're like, action. And we go charging. We go fucking running as hard as we can. And we want to get to fucking Nicholson. Well, now everybody in the building wants to get to fucking Nicholson. So they're all running and it just turns into a big maelstrom. And it doesn't even look like a fight anymore. It's everybody just trying to get to Nicholson. And Nicholson's in the middle of it. So they cut. And DeVito comes out and he's on the bullhorn and he's like, look, guys, you're not running to Jack. All right. You're still fighting. There's a huge fight going on. But just in whatever incidentally happens, he's there in the middle of it. He's fighting as well. He'll be fighting the stuntman. You guys will be fighting, and you guys can get close. That's fine. It's still a fight. But we need to tell you this. I don't think I made this clear. Nobody hit Jack. And everybody starts laughing, and even Nicholson laughs, and he goes, "You hear that, boys? Nobody hit Jack." And I can't do the voice, but to hear it in his voice would be fucking fantastic. And DeVito's like, yeah. He goes, I didn't say that enough. He goes, you get close, that's fine. There's jostling. He goes, but you got those bats and those sticks. He goes, first of all, don't hit each other hard either. But nobody hits Jack, all right? Nobody puts their hands on Jack. He's there. You can jostle him. There's pushing, but nobody physically one-on-one engage Jack. So we're like, all right, well, that's fine. And then we go around to the back, and I look at my brothers, and I go, well, we got to get fucking Jack, right? We're going to get him, right? And he goes, just don't hit him, but we'll get to him. And my brother's like, yeah, fuck yeah. And the other two guys are with us. They're like, yeah, we're doing this. So they choreograph it one more time. They say action. We go rushing and we turn it into the fight, and we're just kind of spinning around, and we get as close as we can to Nicholson, but we're fighting, and he's in the middle of this fight. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at him as I'm fighting. I'm throwing guys around. I'm trying to get to the stuntmen, and I'm not getting close because these stuntmen are like pushing people off, and they're fighting and fending them off. It was great, but Nicholson's in the middle of it, and he's got a mean face, like he's fighting, and he's kind of throwing guys, and he's grabbing the stuntmen, but he's also laughing. He keeps laughing every time he doesn't think they're looking or whatever, but he's like laughing out loud. He's having such a good time. It was like, this is what movies should be. He's filming it and he's loving it. He's loving the fact that there's a fight and there's 1,000 guys trying to get to him and he's fucking wrestling and all that. And he's having the best. He's laughing his ass off and making a mean face and punching guys. It was great. Cut. And we're all standing there and we're close to him, but not close enough. And he's laughing. It ends and he's just laughing out loud. He can't get enough of it. And so they call cut and they call lunch because they say, all right, it's lunch for crew and cast, but Demolitions needs to be outside because we have to rehearse the truck. So we don't know what that means, but we're going to go get bagels and bananas. So we go inside. And we're sitting at the table, and it's me and my brothers and these other two guys. And we actually get a pen, and we start to draw a schematic of how to get to Nicholson. Like, we're like, well, it worked. I mean, we got close enough, but we got to figure out a way to penetrate the fucking stuntman wall. And then I should also tell you, by the way, Rocky, he's right there by Nicholson every time. I don't know if his crew cleared it out, so Rocky's literally in the shot with Nicholson. He's almost right next to him every single time. And so we're making this schematic, and we're like, well, fuck, Rocky's there. And we're like, fuck Rocky, we don't care. Let's go and get fucking Nicholson. So we draw the schematic, and we're figuring out different configurations, and we're like, we got the bats, and we got to get as close as we can. But also, we don't know what's going to happen with this Demolitions thing. We have no idea because now we're ready to shoot for real. So we go, okay, well, lunch is an hour and a half, and we hear them testing explosions. We don't know what it is. We can't see outside. So then they call action. They make us all go out. Again, it's time to shoot. We get back out. We get in our places. And they bring Nicholson out. And they go, all right, well, this is for real. We're not going to rehearse this one. We've rehearsed enough. So we're going to take one for real. And again, remember the rules. Nobody hits Jack. And we all said it. Like everybody goes, well, remember the rules? And everybody goes, nobody hits Jack. I should have just said peas and carrots. But so we're off to the side. And I will tell you, after lunch, we lost track of the two new guys. For some reason, they left the team. I think because they realized that when my brothers and I brought out a pen and started to draw a schematic of how to get to Nicholson, we were taking it far too seriously. But the thing is, that's exactly the point. We weren't taking it seriously. We just thought it was so ludicrous and silly that we decided, well, you know what? Let's make this the A-team and make a fucking plan and get this guy. So they kind of drifted off. We saw them still, but they weren't on the team anymore. So they called action. And it just turns into a maelstrom, and it's fucking running and fighting, and there's this huge mob scene, and there's screaming, and there's a new element, too, because they've brought in real actors and stuntmen to fight. So they're in the crowd grabbing guys, and it's like a crazy do-si-do. If someone grabs you, you got to try to shun them, and you got the bat, and you try to hit them. And if someone grabbed you and wouldn't let you go, you were stuck. You had to fight that person. And we were trying to avoid that and just get to fucking Nicholson. So we're trying to get to the middle, and I will tell you this. I took a minute to look around. A guy grabbed me, and we were fighting, and out of the corner of my eye, I look, and off to the side, there's a brick building with a bunch of doors, like garage doors. All of a sudden, I see those doors go up. And when the doors go up at once, all 5 doors go up at once, and fucking cops and strikebreakers pour out of the building with fucking bats and billy clubs. It looked so awesome. It looked real. It looked totally. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? They're coming to fucking dispense justice. But they were also, they had never been in the rehearsals, or I had never seen them because I was so fucking tunnel vision to try to get Nicholson. But I just happened to get caught into a fight and spun around, and I saw the doors open. I saw these dudes hop out. And as they're hopping out, I'm watching them, and it's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And behind me, boom, a huge fucking explosion. A truck explodes, and I feel the heat on the back of my neck. And I turn around just to see the fireball go into the fucking air. And we start grabbing each other, and Nicholson is there. I don't even get anywhere near him. And they cut, they hit the sirens, and we have to stop. I lose my brothers. I don't even know where they're. I have no idea where they are because in this fight, there were real dudes grabbing you and trying to fucking go at it with you. So I laugh at the guy that I was fighting with, and I shook his hand, and I look over, and the strikebreakers are kind of getting their stuff together, and the demolition guys come back out to look at the car and the truck and the explosion, and then my brother fucking, I see them fucking make their way through the mist and the smoke, and they go, we almost got him. And I go, what? And they go, we almost fucking got the Nicholson. Where were you? And I go, some guy grabbed me. And they go, fuck, dude, we found a way. You got to come with us. There's nobody on this side because they're all over by Nicholson. If you go this way, you can flank around to the right. And I'm like, all right, if you guys think so, that's the move. So we all separate. The demolitions guys reset the explosion. They set it all up. It takes about 20 minutes. And they get us ready to go, and I look at my brothers, and I go, this is it. We're fucking getting this guy. We are getting Nicholson on this fucking rush. And they're like, yeah, do it. Let's do it. Fucking fruit cocktail. So they fucking turn it off, and they put the lights, the Klieg lights on, and they're like, all right, and action. And my brother goes, this way. And we fucking, so it's like, now it's like Vietnam. We're running through people. We're dodging, and people are trying to grab us, but they're not getting to us. And we come all the way around the corner, and we see the huge group of Nicholson. We have to loop around and come around the back. And there's Rocky right by Nicholson. We see their group going, and then all of a sudden, the crush happens. Everybody collapses on my brothers and I, and we get fucking swum out to sea, and we're looking, and we're getting further away. We're trying to get closer. We're trying to fight through. I see the strikebreakers. They come pouring out, and we're trying to get close. And it turns out, oh, by the way, being on the far right side, I'm not that much closer to Nicholson. I am a lot closer to the explosion though, because I got my back to it again, and all of a sudden, boom! And I go, what the fuck? Like I almost fucking screamed, what the fuck? I turn around, and it's in my face. It singed me. Like I could feel how hot it was. It was so crazy. It was just so close. And the fight continues, and I turn around, and Nicholson's getting farther away from me, and my brother, I see Glenn. Glenn's almost at Nicholson. He's right by the fucking maelstrom. I'm like, get him! And fucking they ball cut. God damn it. Glenn almost got him. Andy's gone. I don't know where the fuck he is. And there's fucking, I get singed eyebrows. I don't know what the fuck to do. So I look around, I grab Andy. I go, you okay? And he's like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. I go, Glenn almost got him. He goes, what? Glenn almost got him. And we can't believe it. So we wait there, and then Glenn kind of makes his way through everybody. Like, dude, what did you do? And he goes, I just squeezed through. Nobody grabbed me, and I got super close. I didn't get that close to him, but I go, I saw you. I could see you in the same shot with him. So I mean, you were right there. And now they're filming, so like it's a big deal. Of course, Rocky and his crew all want to get as close as possible because they know Nicholson's going to be on camera. So I grab Glenn and I go, how did you do it? He goes, I fought my way through it. I go, you know what, dude? Fuck schematics. Fuck this strategy bullshit. I mean, it's fun, but we just got to bull moose this guy. We got to fucking completely bum rush and get through. We'll get to him, right? But the thing is, we don't know how many times they're going to blow the truck up and how many times they're going to film the scene. We have no idea how many takes there are. So we're like, fuck it. We have to get to him. Because now this is like the 4th take. All right. So I go, eventually they're going to stop blowing this car up. So I go, you know what, guys? No fucking strategy. I go, should we stick together or should we go over every man for himself? And Andy goes, well, I think we go down together and try to get there, but then it's every man for himself. Just try to get to him. He goes, but if anybody gets to him, you just got to fucking scream, you got him. And I'm like, that's not good. They're filming, dude. We can't scream, you got him. You do remember they're filming here. I mean, this is all fun and games, but we're not in Jack Nicholson's backyard playing grab ass. This is a goddamn feature film, all right? Take a look in the mirror. You look like a guy from 1940. Act like it. So he starts laughing. We're like, all right. So, when you get to him, just get to him. We'll all get there. So they set up the car again. It's 20 minutes between takes. And it's late, man. It's like 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. We're filming. And when the sun comes up, we're done. So I'm like, they might not film this again tomorrow. We got to do this. We got to make this fucking happen. So they separate us, and we got our fucking fake bats and sticks. You just grab shit off the ground after the fights. And we're off to the side. And I look at my brother. It was weird. It was like the calm before the storm. It was calm. There were people just milling about. My brothers and I just had this weird, intense look because, again, we weren't there to be movie stars. We didn't give a shit about being on film. We were just looking for a purpose. Okay, we were trying to avoid my stepdad at first, and then we hated everything about our lives, man. We It's so funny to me. The worst part of our day was being together at my mom's house, but the best part of our day was being together at this movie set because we could be idiots and we didn't have to worry about stepping on anybody's toes or saying the wrong thing. We forgot about our horrible lives, forgot about how depressed we were. We were fucking coming together and making it happen and having fun as brothers and just as guys, because I never really got to hang out with them as older guys. This is the first time I was really experiencing them in their 20s, and they were funny. It made me laugh. I was like, these guys are fucking hysterical, which was great. So we looked at each other and we're like, we got to make this fucking happen. This because it's going to get light soon and they're going to stop blowing this shit up. We got to do this. You think that horn's getting recorded? Probably is. You guys hear that? Yeah. It could be my car. Maybe I should investigate. Let's take this on the road. Grab your computer and let's walk downstairs. So we've got our fucking fake bats. We got our pea coats. We got our silly hats. And we're playing dress up, but we got a fucking purpose. For the first time, we're playing dress up, but we got a purpose in our lives. So we're like, fuck this. We got to make this happen. So DeVito comes out. He's got the bullhorn. He's like, all right, guys. He goes, we're going to do it at least one more time. And I look at my brothers. We're like, we got to fucking make this happen. So we get separated, and they get the fucking phalanx of stuntman around fucking around Nicholson, and he's in the middle. And I see Rocky and his crew off to the side, and they're like glad-handing. People are laughing because apparently he's in charge. And everything I hate is manifesting itself. Everything I hate about career extras, everything I hate about Hollywood. I can't let you know what I've been defeated by Hollywood already to the point where I had to fucking put my tail between my legs and skulk back to my hometown. I'm in the goddamn business. I am not about to be fucking shamed and put aside by the business in my hometown. All right, when I had to go to Hollywood and I was on Hollywood's home turf, go ahead and kick my ass. I deserve it. But I'll tell you what, on my fucking home turf, Hollywood, you are going down for the goddamn count. Peas and fucking carrots. So I sit there and I look at my brothers and they're like, all right, we're ready to do this. DeVito walks off. He goes up in the crane and they're like, all right, and action. And we fucking sprint. And normally I was just kind of jogging and just trying to get there, but I said, fuck this. I'm sprinting. And other people are kind of just jogging and do-si-doing and fighting, but we sprint. And we get through the first wave, the second wave, and we're getting close. We're getting to the third wave to the fucking eye of the Nicholson. We're like right there by the eye of the Nicholson, and we're getting close. And my brothers are right on my side, and Andy loops around to the back, and we get to him. We get as close as we can to Nicholson, and the stuntmen are there. Now I'm right there, and I see all of a sudden Rocky. Rocky comes along on the other side, and I see my brother Andy, and I think I've got a shot at Nicholson. I'm that close where I'm on my way, and he's right in my sights. But I see Rocky, and I go, you know what? I came here with a job to do, and I can't leave without doing it. So sure enough, I went around to where Rocky was because Rocky's there and he's just like pushing and shoving. And I saw Andy and Glenn. They get as close to the stuntmen as they can. And I go around and I get Rocky and I grab him and I turn him around and I just start fucking shaking him as hard as I can. And he's looking at me like, whoa! And because he wasn't ready for it. He thought he was Nicholson's pal. And he's hanging around by the man. He's like, I'm going to get some FaceTime. Fuck you, buddy. You're lucky I don't put you in a goddamn front face lock. Your face is never going to get seen, you bald motherfucker. I grab him and I start fucking shaking him and I look over and Nicholson is I'm right next to Nicholson and I'm kicking the shit out of this bald guy and I look and I see two hands reach over and grab Nicholson and start shaking him and it's my brother Andy. He's got a handful on Nicholson's fucking coat and he's shaking Nicholson and the stuntmen are fighting everybody else but they don't see Andy. Andy has broken through. I've got Rocky and Andy's got Nicholson and Glenn is just fighting everybody off who's trying to keep us from getting our fucking job done. Glenn is the fucking muscle while the two of us made it through. I'm fucking shaking Rocky. Andy's shaking fucking Nicholson. Stuntmen are pushing guys. Glenn is hitting guys and fucking crazy sounds. Boom, the fucking truck goes off. I don't even feel the heat because I'm closer to Nicholson than I am to the goddamn truck. Rocky can't even get his bearings. The strike breakers come out. It's a huge fucking battle. I'm shaking Rocky. Andy's shaking fucking Nicholson. I actually make eye contact with Andy and it's like, ha 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 ha. Yeah! We fucking made it happen, goddammit. And I won't let Rocky go. I don't even give him a chance to grab my coat. I'm shaking him around. He's like, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know what the fuck is happening. And fucking Andy's got Nicholson. Nicholson's laughing his ass off. Cut! I'm standing there. I let Rocky go. He's fucking dizzy. And he's looking at me. He's like, come on, man. Like he's all pissed off. And his crew is there, but I don't fucking care. I just look at him. I'm laughing. And I turn around. And Nicholson is a foot from me. A foot. Stuntmen are there. Guys are patting Nicholson on the back. They're all like teasing him about the Lakers. And Andy still got him by like one hand on his coat. And Nicholson starts straightening his coat, and Andy like lets his coat go, and he looks at me, and I look at Nicholson. He turns around, he looks me right in the face, and he's fucking like all disheveled. His hair's fucked up, and his coat is like off because Andy ripped it off his fucking shoulders. And he makes eye contact with me and he goes, what do you say, boys? Right in my face. What do you say, boys? And I go, we have to say that you are a fucking god, Jack Nicholson. Because he's a foot from me. He's looks right in my face. I go, we have to say that you are a fucking god, Jack Nicholson. And he just looks and he starts, because he's got that old school haircut and he's got his disheveled, and he just looks me right in the face. My brother's there and he just goes, beautiful. And fucking slicks his hair back with his hands and walks right past me, pats me on the shoulder, walks off. Oh, yeah. And then the best part is as he's walking back, the stuntmen are all with him because they escort him. And they're going, you're a god, Jack. You're a god. You're a god. And he's just laughing, smoothing his hair back. God damn it, awesome. I looked at my brothers. We're just like triumphant, smiling, high-fiving. Yes. High-fiving in the 40s. We invented it. So I look over and there's Rocky, and he's still like kind of screaming. He's still a little groggy, and he gives me like a dirty look. And I'm like, hey, buddy, fucking loving war. So, we go off, we repair to our side, and I'm like, well, that's it. We're done. We were ready to go home at that point because I'd gotten Rocky, he'd gotten Nicholson, everything was fine. We had celebrated and come together as brothers. And then they put in the bullhorn, they're like, all right, we're going to go again. And we wound up going again 4 more times into the night before the sun came up. But my brothers and I had pretty much accomplished everything we had wanted to accomplish. So then we decided we just wanted to make ourselves laugh. So for the first cut, they were like, action! And everybody started running, and my brother Andy just started spinning in a circle. Like in a video game, if your guy gets stuck, Andy just started spinning with the bat like he was running. And so then Glenn and I just walked slow like zombies, like looking for brains, like, we were, and like everybody else is fighting, and we're just like, and Andy's spinning in a circle, just not even moving, just like if your guy got caught on the ice in ColecoVision, spinning, awesome, cut. And we're laughing, dude. So then we go the second time, and now because we're just trying to make each other laugh. That's all we're doing. And so the next one goes, and I just started skipping. Everybody started running, and I started skipping like a tra-la-la with my arms out, and I skip to the fight, and I don't see my brothers, and I turn around, and my brother Andy is on my brother Glenn's shoulders, and they're just like, like they're the fucking, like 2 guys in an overcoat, and they're ready to fight anybody who shows up. They didn't even leave the position. I skipped, and I turned around, and Andy's on Glenn's shoulders, and they're like, like they're going to chicken fight anybody at the union fucking protest. God damn it. Oh, dude, they topped me at all turns. Fucking hysterical. Oh, made me laugh. And then finally, then they're like, action the next time, and we just laid down on the ground, and just like we were beaten up, and like the hands out, weapons down. And then for the final one, we didn't know it was the final one, but it turned out for the next one that we did, we just turned on each other. We just decided it was 3 brothers who had had enough. And so we just started fighting one another. We jumped on Andy. We're beating the shit out of him. And everybody else ran past us. And again, all this time, everybody's running toward the middle. We're in the back. We're the only guys there. We never even moved. When he was on his shoulders, I thought I was going to cry. Because I skipped. I thought I won. I skipped. And a tra-la-la, and I turn around, and they're just like shaking their fists. Like a huge Frankenstein guy. God damn it, they're geniuses. So it made me laugh. So that was, and then it was fine. It was cut. We're done. And so we're just waiting to come back the next day. And we go into the room, and I go into wardrobe to dump my wardrobe off, and they're taking everybody's wardrobe, and they had to call your name. So they're yelling people's names. The guy has to come up and turn in his wardrobe. So then they yelled, Nelson. I won't say the last name, just on the off chance. Let's just say it was Nelson Baldy. All right, Nelson Baldy, and Rocky walks over with his wardrobe to turn it in. Nelson. So I just start laughing. Like, I'm like, oh, really, dude? Seriously? So I walk outside to my brothers, and I go, you're not going to believe this. I go, fucking Rocky's in there. And they go, did he say something to you? I go, no. But his name is Nelson. And they go, what? And I go, his name is Nelson, and I gave him his full name. They said that, and he turned in his wardrobe. And my brother Andy goes, Nelson? Oh, whiff. And he just starts laughing. So we go to turn in our wardrobe. We're in the room, and Rocky's there putting on his fucking, police uniform. He's dressing like a hard guy, and he's with his crew. And again, his extra crew, by the way. You're as tough as the Jets and the fucking Sharks. You got no right to be tough. It might be like fake prison. You might think you're tough. You might look like a guy, but you're an actor who's getting free bagels and bananas like the fucking rest of us. So we go in to turn in our wardrobe, and Andy and I call our names. We turn it in, and we get dressed. And we go walking out, and we walk past him, and I go, hey, nice meeting you, Nelson. And he looks up at me and he makes a mean face and he goes, "The name's Rocky." And I go, "I heard Nelson. They called Nelson. You turned in your stuff." And he goes, "Yeah, but to you, I'm Rocky." And my brother Andy goes, "Whatever, fruit cocktail." And just goes whiff, and we walk out. And the best thing about calling him fruit cocktail, he has no idea why he called him fruit cocktail. It's just insulting enough to sound like it could be something mean, like he was calling him a gay slur, but he wasn't. He was calling him fruit cocktail. Really, literally. You're a can of fruit with cherries in it. That's what you are, pal. But he has no idea. And we split, and just laughing the entire way down the fucking stairs. Get to the parking lot, get in the car, look at the clock. 4:30. Back to real life. 4:30, my two brothers and I have to go from one acting job back to the other. How great was that story? The first time you heard it, and maybe the second time, and maybe that was the third. Who knows? Some of you may just have me on a loop at your house. You know what? Maybe some of you people have your Mike Schmidt listening parties, and you get together and you play beer pong, and you just have me blasting in a garage all over this great nation of ours. That's what some of you do. Although some of you, I understand, sit in front of a fire with a pipe and listen to me alone. It's just you sitting in a cozy, easy chair like FDR. Although he sat in a wheelchair, right? Did they prop him up in a regular chair? I don't remember, actually.
Sometimes, yes.
Look at Lily. Let me tell you something,
Sometimes
folks.
they do.
If you're ever sitting in your house and you have any questions about Franklin Delano Roosevelt, you know who to contact. Because she was right there with the answer, goddammit. She knew it immediately. Yeah, they had to, right? Because they couldn't just have the whole nation seeing him sitting around in a wheelchair because that conveyed weakness. And then he also can't put a blanket over his lap because then he just looks like America's grandpa. Fuck all that. So you're sitting up proudly and strongly in your chair like FDR would, and you've got a pipe and you're listening to me talk. And now you just enjoyed a classic, a family classic. You know, there was a show in Chicago hosted by Fraser Thomas called Family Classics. It was on every Sunday afternoon, and they had the weirdest thing is their logo was was Family Classics, but then at commercial breaks they had like a book, like Treasure Island, but it was put on a blanket that was strategically crumpled to look as if it were like royal velvet or something. And for some reason, it just stuck in my head that because I wanted them to smooth that blanket so bad. Like I was like, Fraser Thomas, you motherfucker, smooth out that blanket. God damn it. I cannot enjoy Treasure Island if you've got a crumpled up blanket. So yeah, it's my OCD and ADD, even as a child, they were there prevalent. So I don't know what that story was, but I'm sure it was great. And I thank Lily for tolerating me and letting me come here and sit in her kitchen for this amount of time. And I remind you folks that you guys can get me at mike@MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can follow me at twitter.com/the40yearoldboy. You can be our friend David Hernandez's friend on Facebook at facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. While you're there, friend me at facebook.com/the40yearoldboy and friend our friend Lily and explain to her that I apologized many, many times for ruining these 2 days. At facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. Now, you can follow her on Twitter as well at several different Twitter accounts, but the ones that I will tell you about are twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, and twitter.com/FN Happy Hour. And if you'd like to write her a personal note,
Oh, please.
reach out to her and find out where you can find her naked on the internet, because she'll tell you. You can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Hey, all you fans of the 40-year-old boy. Mike's got new stuff to sell you, stuff he hopes you'll enjoy. Just what's for sale, of course we do not know. All we can tell you
Is where you should go.
Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. ZAZZLE.com.
Is your business you?
What kind of stuff's for sale? We already told you we don't know. 'Cause Mike made us record this song way back in February. So we can only speculate just what Mike will try to sell you. Maybe his face on a tambourine, or his own line of gardening equipment. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. ZAZZLE.com.
Maybe his own line of high chairs.
ZAZZLE.com.
His face on your personal massager.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine. I happen to know the proprietor of said show, the producer of that show, the person who's in charge of the hottest, sexiest burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles and all of Southern California. Her name is Lily Von Stupp. She's here right now. Hey, Lily.
Hi, Michael.
Do you forgive me?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I
wish
just...
I were more flexible with my time right now.
You're quite flexible from what I understand.
Not with my time right now.
Well, it's not your problem. I got here super late, and because of things that I can't go into. All right. Now, it's funny. I would ask you how the Monday Night Teas was this week, except I know how the Monday Night Teas was this week. That's right. I was there, folks. I was lurking about last night at the Monday Night Teas at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine. It was an amazing show. It was the Noses Off benefit for our friend Phyllis.
Nose is off?
Yeah.
No nose is good nose.
No nose is good news. Well, isn't noises off like a thing? And yeah, so.
Completely different.
All right. It's another benefit we're going to do. No nose is good nose is what they did last night. Our friend Phyllis, who had a cancerous nose and had it removed.
Yep.
And so then there were dancers last night. There was Nadia Lot. And I have to make fun of somebody here really quick. I will do that right now. Our friend FunnyEddie.com, who happens to be Lily Von Stupp's boyfriend and also was the co-host last night. And they took turns. They tagged off, introducing people and bringing them up on stage. Well, dancer Nadia Lot is amazing. She was terrific, did an amazing piece. And Eddie was going to introduce her. So Lily was off doing something, and Eddie got the microphone. And Nadia Lot's family was in the audience. There was like 5 members of her family there, like a mom, a niece, an aunt, a cousin, maybe a grandfather. I don't know. There was a lot of people there. And Eddie gets to the microphone and he's like, oh, this next performer, unbelievable. He goes, you know what? You guys are all here to see her, right? And they all went, yay! And Eddie goes, I got to make sure I get this right. He goes, okay, guys, please put it together. And he gave her introduction. He said, for Nadia Latte. And that's not her name. Her name is Nadia Lot. But the thing that made me laugh about it was that Eddie made a big deal out of, hey, you guys are here to see her. Oh my gosh, I can't get this wrong. And then he went and got it wrong. And I know he did it on purpose because he's like a clown and he did it to be silly. But I just wonder if those people were just like, what happened here? Didn't he just... He totally, like, because it read real, and I know he meant it as a joke, because he was so serious, because if you know him, he's totally not serious ever at all, but he was like, oh my gosh, you guys are all here, I gotta make sure I get this right, and he goes, Nadia Latte, and I laughed. I was off on the side, because I knew what he did, but still it was this thing where even like the mom, they're all puzzled, and I'm like, oh, don't you get it? Don't be stupid, you get it, he was being funny, god damn it. But it still made me laugh because he prefaced it and he set it up perfectly. It's just man, it hit the back wall, like it went right over everybody's head. But it made me laugh that he even made the attempt. It was a great show, man. Greta Grenade was there, and our friend Nikita Bitch Project, of course, showed up, and it was fun. It was a really good show. I will tell you why I was there, folks. Here's who I am. I'm Odd Job McGee. That's who I am now. And that plays into a little bit about today, and I'll get to that a little later sometime in the coming weeks. I'm sure you'll hear about it. But I was working last night at the Monday Night Teas. I was working the door. That's right. I'm 45 years old, and I was back in a bar after 10 o'clock with loud music, taking money from people and putting wristbands on them. What?
I work the door all the time.
Yes.
It's not a bad job.
Yes, but it's not a bad job. It's just one that I thought I had left. I thought I was taillights on this job. I mean, I thought I had rearview mirrored it. But and please, there are millions of worse jobs than sitting in a room watching girls strip
Yeah, no. And getting
while holding a
paid.
pile of money and getting paid for it. I mean, it's like I'm all for it. And I will tell you this, folks. And this, I don't know if this gets anybody in the door, but I'm going to be quite the presence at the Monday Night Teas / the Friday Night Happy Hour in the coming weeks. I'll be working the door quite a bit if I'm not hosting a show, which I will tell you about another time. But I will be definitely working the door on this Monday, April 1st, which is coming up. That's our I say our. All of a sudden I'm on the
Please say
team.
our.
I'm on the fucking team.
You're on the team.
Sure I
You're
am.
on the team forever. You just would never come do it.
I never got a uniform. All right. Well, so
Oh my
there.
God, I can put you in a Monday night T-shirt.
How do you not?
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's get that made up. That'll be fun.
I have one.
Do we know of a T-shirt company we can go to and try to? You have one? You don't have one that's gonna fit me.
I do. I actually do. I bought a couple of the larger sizes because I have a couple larger male guys that like the show. I have one that's going to fit you. I guarantee it.
All right. Well, we'll see.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll see if we can make that work. But I will be at the Monday Night Teas quite often, working the doors. If you want to come in and say hi to me, that's fine. If you want to slip me an extra fin, maybe get you a better seat, you can do that because that's how I work things.
You're already doing patron dance.
Yeah, I'm hustling this thing. Why not? I got to make some money. But the show coming up on April 1st, this is it is a practical joke, kind of an April Fool's Day show. So tell me the premise. Tell me what it's about.
Well, I'm not telling. It's an April Fool's show.
Oh,
Show up,
all right.
and then you'll see what happens, and it's foolish.
Please welcome Nadia Latte. A lot of that will be going on. So it made me laugh. I thought it was hilarious. So come out April 1st. It's an April Fool's show, and there's a bunch of craziness going on. I'll be there working the door. That'll be fun. So much fun. Because that's who I am now, and I don't mind it. Again, like I said, there's many. I've gone to the teas on my own and paid, but now I get paid to be there, and I get to look at naked girls. And last night there was a girl. Oh, no, I'm all right. Never mind. No, that's fine. But yeah, so it was good. I had a good time last night, and I will be there more often coming up. And what about this Friday Night Happy Hour you've got coming up this week?
Yes, I have a great show on Friday. Red Snapper and Mr. Buddy and Mr. Snapper are performing, and who else is performing? Shit, my mind just went blank, but it's a fucking hot show lined up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So that'll be at the Friday Night Happy Hour. That's available. And that show's earlier. That's an 8 o'clock show.
o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock on Mondays, 8 o'clock on Fridays. So go and check that out. And are you performing anywhere that you want to plug that you're just dancing?
Not until April. Well, I'm performing on Monday.
Oh, you'll be at the teas.
I will be performing April 1st, but the next big show I have is April 26th in Las Vegas.
Oh, in Las Vegas? Is that the BHOF?
No, I'm actually performing at Cha Cha Velour's show, which is Las Vegas Burlesque.
Las Vegas Burlesque, April 26th, the Cha Cha Velour's show. Our friend Lily will be there hosting, I believe.
I'm hosting and dancing.
Look at that,
Doing
folks.
both.
She's doing
Double duty.
That's right, double D. Why not? Appropriate. So go in, if you want to get tickets for that, you can look that up somewhere, I would imagine. But if you want to get tickets for the Friday night show, if you want to get tickets for the Monday Night Teas show, always go to brownpapertickets.com and search for Lily Von Stupp or search for Monday Night Teas or Friday Night Happy Hour. And you can always go to MondayNightTeas.com. What, did I say it wrong?
No, it's so many plugs for me. Thank you.
Yeah, well, what the hell? I mean, I'm not doing anything. Let's get you some business. Book a Wednesday so I can work the door another night.
He'll be at the door.
Yeah, staring.
Go awkwardly watch women from the side.
Yeah, that's big.
By the
So
way, you are so nice to people.
what do you
You
mean?
are so much nicer at the door than I am.
Well, I should tell you this too. I was going to talk about this. Well, I worked the door, and then I come in, and Lily's like, "All right, here," because I worked the door a million times at a million different jobs. Taking the money is a different aspect. Usually, I would just take tickets and frisk guys or whatever you got to do. But this time I'm taking money, and there's a checklist, and I've got to make sure everybody who comes in and gets a wristband, and so I'm all ready for that. I was ready to go, and then Lily, she's like, all right, you're working the door and you're going to be fine. Now, oh, by the way, here's this list. And I should tell you, there's some comps that aren't on that list. And then this guy, Todd, and this guy, Mark, they owe this amount of money, but then this guy owes this amount of money. And you'll be collecting money from this person, but that's a purple wristband. And then, oh, don't forget there's green and orange wristbands, and those are standing room only. But don't sell any more purple wristbands because we have all the seats that are taken. But however, if I tell you that we can order, I'm just like, dude, okay, I've done this a million times. And then she opens the doors and people start coming in, and she just does the job. Like I sat there and held the clipboard and the money, and she greeted everybody and said hi and did the entire. I didn't even really work the door. I stood at the door and smiled while Lily worked the fucking crowd, which is amazing and great because believe me, people want to see tits before they want to see me. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, I felt like I was just stealing money at that point because I wasn't really helping. And then you have to put the wristband on people. because otherwise they won't put it on, as I've experienced in my years of being a bouncer. And then Lily's just like, just give them the wristband, they'll put it on. And I'm like, all right. So just to keep the line moving, which was fine. So it was an interesting thing having Lily as a boss. I mean, when I've been hosting before, she's kind of stayed out of my way, but she was clearly the boss yesterday. And people would come up to me and they go, hey, I have a comp. And I'd go, talk to Lily, because I am not going to get in trouble. I do not want business Lily coming after me in her fucking 9-inch heels and a corset. So come to the show. It should be fun. And April 1st, I'll be there. And then the shows are always open. This Friday night is open, and that's great. If you're in town, go to it. Have a good time. Go to Brown Paper Tickets. Go to MondayNightTees.com. Get all the information you can get and come to all of these shows. Remember to go to Facebook.com/The40Year-Old Boy, and there are all sorts of dates there. Well, I'll just tell you about those. While you're there, you can be my friend, as I've mentioned many times, but you can also look for other places that want me to come. Live stuff's on hold. I won't lie. Live stuff is on hold right now, except for the dates that I already have scheduled, and those are as follows, folks. May 11th, Saturday night, at the Box Theater in Mount Clemens, Michigan. That is a rescheduled date we had to cancel about a month ago. So please come on out or actually it's 2 weeks ago. Jesus Christ, time is flying. So May 11th, Saturday night at the Box Theater in Mount Clemens, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. Tickets are on sale now for that. And buy some tickets. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. This week, I am in Portland, Oregon. That's this week right now to tomorrow, because you're getting this on Thursday. So that's tomorrow night, March 29th. Check that. May 29th. No, March 29th. Jesus Christ. Folks, I was late. May 29th. No. March, Jesus Christ, March 29th at the Headwaters Theater in Portland, Oregon. Those tickets are available now at brownpapertickets.com. And then I will tell you that I guarantee there's going to be walk-up sales available, because Portland decided that, hey, Mike, it's cool that you're coming out, but we might not be there. Buy some tickets. I'd appreciate it. The Headwaters Theater this week. And the next week, please remember that I'm taping my CD for A Special Thing Records, April 5th. That is at the Darkroom Theater. The show is at 8 o'clock. And I've had people write me and they said, hey, man, I've got a 16-year-old who wants to come to the show, or a 17-year-old, because I always set the date at 18 or over. In the Darkroom, it's okay. If you want to bring somebody who's 16 or 17, if you don't mind them hearing me say fuck a million times, go ahead and buy a ticket, because there's no alcohol sales at the dark room, so we don't have to worry about that. I usually set it at 18 in case some knucklehead wants to bring a fucking 12-year-old, and it's happened, by the way. Some guy wrote me and said he wanted to bring his 11-year-old son, and I'm like, I'll take your $20 if that's what you want to do, but I swear a ton, like a lot. And the guy's like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. What do you mean you didn't know that? You listen to the fucking show. So I just throw that up there. That's and always check with me, which is nice. But the fact that they're not selling liquor makes it a lot easier for us to get anybody in who's under 18. So if you want to bring a 17, a 16, a 15, and you think they can handle it, then that's fine. That's cool, and I'd appreciate it. So tickets are on sale now, like I said, for this weekend in Portland and for next weekend in San Francisco. And then, of course, May 11th at the Mount Clemens Theater the Box Theater in Mount Clemens, Michigan. And then please remember, I will be at the Bridgetown Comedy Festival, April 18th through the 21st. I have no idea when I'll be performing. I sent them my dates. That I'm only in town like Friday and Saturday, so I'm not there Thursday, I'm not there Sunday. I don't know how it works for you guys buying tickets. I think you have to buy actual like 3-day passes or 4-day passes. But I will be there on Friday and Saturday, and the show that I will do on Saturday will be just me telling stories. I'm doing a live version of this show, and so come on out. That would be great. At the Bridgetown Comedy Festival, I'm excited to be involved. April 18th through the 21st are the dates. A million funny people are going to be there. I know I'm going to be there on Friday and Saturday, so get your passes and pick them up and come on out and say hi. That'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. So if you can't make the show this weekend in Portland, try to see me then in Portland. Although I will tell you, this weekend it will be a completely different story than the one that I'll be doing in a couple of weeks. And I should let you know, by the way, that I have some podcast appearances on other shows you can check out. I know that the Pod Gods show, hosted by our friend Gio, who is the super fan Gio of the Adam Carolla Show. He does a show called Pod Gods with his co-host Lax Dude, and I think they talked about my show this week. I did not get a chance. They were going to interview me, and then it turned out I didn't get back to them in time, because I don't know if you know, or folks are aware of this. Real life is set in, so things are keeping me from phones and getting places on time. So they, I think they went ahead and did the show talking about me anyway. At least they posted it on my Facebook page. It might just be a cheap way to get people to listen to their show. I have no idea. But Superfan Gio has always been really cool to me, and I just can't stress enough to go ahead and listen to the Pod Gods show, and they talk about this show, and I haven't heard it yet, so that, they could carve this show up. I have no idea, but maybe they liked it, so go ahead and check out the Pod Gods show. I can tell you right now, I am doing 2 podcasts when I'm in Portland. I will be on the Fun Employment radio show, which is I guess it's a Portland-based podcast network that does a show called Fun Employment Radio, and then it becomes a podcast the next day. So it's live, and then it becomes a podcast. There's a live stream. I'm on a Thursday afternoon from the show's from noon to 2, I guess. If you guys are familiar with Fun Employment Radio, I guess the live stream is on from noon to 2. They're picking me up at 12:30, so I would imagine I'd be on in the second half of the show. But go ahead and listen to the whole show. I'm sure it's fantastic. And then it'll be up as a podcast immediately after my appearance. So Fun Employment, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to doing that. They contacted me. And another show that I'm doing while I'm there is there's a gentleman named Michael who hosts a show called And the Podcast You Wrote In On. And he has asked me to do the podcast, and I will be doing his show. I don't know when that'll be up, but I wanted to go ahead and throw it a plug right now because it might be up by the time you hear this. I have no clue because I'm recording with him on Wednesday. I don't know how his editing works and all that kind of stuff. But in Portland, I'll be doing And the Podcast You Wrote In On and Fun Employment Radio, 2 podcasts that will be up and available for you to find on iTunes. And I will tell you right now, if you go to iTunes and go to the Paul Goebel Show, I was on that show. It's available right now. And this is my last appearance on the Paul Goebel Show because they are ending the Paul Goebel Show. And I want to go ahead and thank Paul and Jim and Tom for always including me and making me feel like a regular cast member on their show. I was on pretty much every couple of months and always had fun when I did it, always had a good time. And I would tell you, go get this one in particular because Jim Bruce has just a phenomenal joke that was like so on time and perfect. I actually asked them to end the show when he said it because it was just so... It was so great. It made me laugh, like that involuntary like blurt laugh, and you'll hear it. It's actually pretty genuine and fun, but it made me laugh so hard. So the show's available now, and I always had a good time on there with Paul. And they're doing their own shows. Paul is doing a show with David Bax from Battleship Retention, and then Tom and Jim are doing their own show as well. So I wish them luck in the future, and if they have guests, I hope either of those shows will include me. They won't, of course, but it's good to know. Because why would they? I show up late. I mean, I wouldn't include me. If I booked a show right now, let's throw this out there to Fun Employment Radio and the guys up there and the podcast you wrote in on. Folks, I'm late. It's a bad time for me because I'm going to be late to your shows, and I can only hope that you sit there and think to yourself, man, I hope this guy arrives in 4 hours. At least Fun Employment is coming to pick me up. I couldn't possibly be late for that show. They're coming to get me. I'm not in control there. They can come right into the hotel room and beat me on the head with a fucking sap, get a fucking pillowcase full of soda cans, and knock me the fuck around and throw me in the back of a seat. Because they might drive from the 20s. It's called Fun Employment. I have no idea. It might be some sort of... Again, I have not listened to these shows. I'm going to. I have to. Because it could be some weird thing where they want to talk about like real issues. What if Fun Employment Radio is actually about unemployment and they want to debate that in the fucking... Because I have a tone. Because you know why? Because I talk quickly and I don't fucking think. That's why. I think that's what it means when you have a tone. Is you don't fucking bother to care what comes flying out of your goddamn mouth. I try to grow the show and I want people to get on board and they're like, I listen to it and you talk too fast. Really, I talk too fast. How the hell else am I supposed to cram all of this into a small 3-hour window? Dude, there's no script. I just go over this shit on the fly. It makes me laugh. If it doesn't make you laugh, turn the fucking station. And by turn the station, I mean turn the wheel of your car right into a guardrail. Jesus fuck. Hey, where you going, boy, boy?